Who's ready? Who's ready for some boom, baby? Boom! Rise and shine. It's that morning marijuana motivation time. It's your boy with the mostest, hostess with the mostest, Marquis Saint. This is Saint's Addiction. Oh shit, it's so bright you can't even see it. But my design started ripping, and I said, oh, you know what? This is an inside out job. You know, every job starts from the inside and comes to the outside. Every thought has turned into an invention. I still have the power, but sometimes they forget to mention that you can't do hot washes on your shirt because that motherfucker will eat it up. You know what I'm saying? They got some hot water here in Finland and it ate my shirts up, all three of them. DTFs never knew better. But we got some morning motivation. We got some sunlight. We got some inspiration, and that's what we're going to do this morning, motivation. We're going to get inspired and stay inspired because it's an inside job. And nobody wants to explain that to you. They don't want to watch the show. They don't want to learn. They want to absorb your energy, and you got to keep your energy inside you. And instead of reaction, I want you in action. Saints Addiction, leg out. Let's spark it up. So it's a beautiful Sunday. It's a beautiful day in general to be alive, to be able to rise and shine, to be able to see the trees and in the breeze. And I'm just grateful, you know, even if it is a little windy, you know, it's hard days. You know, the last couple days have been gray and rainy, and yesterday it was gray and not rainy, but, you know, it was windy and, well, not windy, but it was just gloomy. How's a better word for that? It was gloomy, but I got to spend time with my friend and someone I haven't seen in about 2 years. My buddy Timo came all the way from the Lapplandus, actually, to the east of Finland, about 3 hours. He told me 2 hours, but it was basically a 4-hour round trip just to come spend 4 hours with me in Helsinki. And I touch my heart because it's a blessing. Us men, we need men's workout tanks. We need men we can talk to. We need situations that make us look inside instead of acting outwardly like we got it all in our pride. You know what I mean? Everybody's trying to want you to see what they want you to believe, but they don't want you to see what's really on the inside. And there's some jets. That's what keeps coming over you. Yes, blessed. And I got the whole house to myself finally, so I can park and spark right here. And let's get some morning motivation on, shall we? Oh, here, I'll show you something real quick. So I love smoking, right? I smoke every morning. But it was also the feeling that I'm happy with the way it is. You know, I'm happy with the sunshine. I'm happy with good weather. I'm letting the feeling of me not chasing something outside of me, right? That I don't have to run to the next feeling. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I got to take a shit. Oh, I want to smoke. These basic feelings that I always have keep me in a cycle of basic loops where I don't want to ever do anything but that loop, right? But that I feel so I do, I feel so I do, instead of I want so I go. I'd be on some cycle, and most of us don't even know. Most of us don't even know. We'll just be like running to the next thing, and it's just like that thing will make me feel better. You know, the food will make me feel better, the sugar make me feel better, the sex will make me feel better. Then we have it and we realize it didn't work. And on the inside, we know it didn't work. We never not tell you, oh, did you like the sex? Oh yeah, it was great. And then inside you're like, I gotta go take a shower and get this bitch out of here, and she don't love me, and nobody will ever love me. And then all of a sudden it's in our heads with the dread. I know you know what I'm talking about. I don't know how to get this instead. Is this how this works? Oh, how fucking cool. Learn something new. I don't know. Oh, I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. It doesn't go here. Okay. But anyway, that's what I've been learning these last couple days. I've been learning about myself and my impulses and the inner vibe that I have, instead of the demons that I chase, or the patterns that I create, or just my feelings telling me what to do instead of me telling my feelings what to do. It was just the biggest shock of my life. I was just like, I don't want it to do anything that I don't want to already do. You know what I mean? I don't want it to tell me what to do. I want to tell it what to do. And that's the master and commander of the ship. That's what women are looking for. They're looking for inner strength. They're not looking for people that capitulate. I watched the girl watch it the other day, or post the other day. She said, to all the guys that let girls wear sexy, slutty outfits, that they're not insecure because they love their woman and they know they can fight. I can fight. And that's what I knew. It's like I don't have to fight myself. I don't have to fight the vision. I don't have to build all this energy into an external source. I can just be me, perfectly imperfect, totally human, but I'm me. I'm confident in the way that I am. And I'm still human, so there's a little still shakiness on it, but 98%, 99%, it's like, God damn. And don't sprinkle some money on me, because then I'll just go over 100%, and then my ego will take over, and then you can't even see me, you can't tell me nothing, and I'll be flexing on all these hoes. But that's what it is. It's the way that we live on the inside that reflects on the way that it comes on the outside. And nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about how beautiful they are, how awesome life is. They don't want to talk about the life that could be or the way that they want it to see. No, we'll just hop on our phone, right? Like, I look at our dog, we got another source. We want to focus on something else. And I'm on some, nah, man, I'm going to check this energy inside me. I'm going to make it re-energize me. I'm not going to let it slow me down or cost me double or make me feel a certain type of way. No, ma'am, no, sir. I'm on here to say this is the way I want it to be, and that's the way it's going to happen. Make it happen, Captain. I got news for you. A lot of us, we're scared to talk about it. We're scared to leave the inside job because we're worried what will happen if we leave the circle. If we leave the habit, if we have our feelings for too long, they become unmanageable. So we'll drink them, and then we'll drink the next day. And then my friend will be on a 6-day bender, and then he's got to face his daughter. And then comes the repercussions. There comes the smell through your pores. There comes the late to the game. There comes the I don't feel right on the inside. And now your whole game is fucked up, and you don't know how to get your pride. I don't know how to express myself without being inebriated, or I don't know how to really get my confidence, so I stay subjugated. And then I don't want to really know how powerful I am, so I just pretend that I can just lay down and let things happen. And I'm over here saying, nah, man, let's make it happen. Let's get off our asses. Let's get on a train. Let's go for 2 hours, meet with our friends, have some lunch, walk about 5 kilometers. My calves are feeling it, and be there with men. Real men need real men. We need outlets. We need activities. We need to conquer something. We need a whole limity snippets of events. This thing's bouncing, There we go. Hear it banging. I don't want it to break. Not on my watch. You know what I'm saying? Not even a little bit. But here's the cute girls from the front. They all just out around here everywhere. What happened to her dog? She's still playing on her phone. Can't leave it alone. Looking down at a plastic device that's made out of electric impulses just to say, I hope he texts me. I was just sending it to my friend, but that's what ends up happening. Yeah, I gotta go pick up the shit. Look, who runs shit? You or the dog? We're all real on the inside, We like to fake it, but the truth is it's real. Everywhere we go. Oh no, don't put your same hand by your face. Wait, nope, check the phone. And then if we check the phone, then we have dog shit on our phone, and we're back in the cycle again. We don't even see it. Amen. Yep, back on that phone. Yep, pick up the shit, back on the phone. Can't leave it alone. That's what ends up happening. We don't live in a real reality. We live in a dystopia. We live in some fake version of our minds, so that way we don't have to see our real reality. We look for distraction. We look, instead of compatibility, we look for comparison. Instead of freedom, we look for dumb shit that's free. Oh, Mark's spitting it this morning, bro. What is happening? Is this my ask a question? What? No, I don't want to ask a question. So weird. I didn't even know that button existed. But we're going to bless up this morning. We're going to do it inside out. And that's the only way to really be, instead of faking your prosperity or faking your intenseness. How's this chick coming back on the phone? It's not about walking the dog. It's about distracting yourself. Did you step in dog shit? I'm sure you did. And that's what it is. We can't wait. It's just like all you wanted was your dog to take a shit, but you haven't taken the shit out of your mind. All we want is some freedom, but we live inside, and we never go out on adventures because we're scared. And I'm here to tell you, that's not any way to live. Not even close, not even a little bit. Let's bless up this morning motivation. So Before I start the show, I had a friend call me asking if she could call me. Then she actually called me, and I was on the toilet. I'm like, yo, I'm on the toilet. I got no time to talk. Can I call you? And I'm like, yeah, but if you call me, I will lose my energy for the morning motivation. You won't even watch my morning motivation. You would have taken up the whole half hour just to stroke your ego and feel better instead of doing something to make you feel better. She doesn't listen to my advice. She's going to do whatever she wants. And nobody can stop her, including herself. And that's the biggest moment of my life was I needed brakes. I was all gas, no brakes. You know, a car needs to slow down sometimes. It needs to be still, like I said earlier in the week. Man, it feels good to stroke my beard. I can't believe I'm 45 and I only got a little bit of white hair, so I couldn't believe it. I was looking at my body. I was so grateful for all this weight loss. I was feeling, oh shit, I almost went down. Like, your boy is looking good, bro. I was looking at myself naked, making videos and shit. I was just like, man, if I had kept on the chocolates, or if I kept on the sugars, or if I kept on the alcohol, my stomach would be bloated inside out. My confidence would be low. I'd have to drink just to approach a woman. I must have talked to 3 different girls yesterday, just like, you're beautiful, I love your look, you should be a reliable model. And you can see it on my live. I hit on one girl live at the end of the show yesterday. It's like she had an ass for days. I'm like, butts on shirts, come on now. But that's what it is. I want you to come on now. Come on out of that cage. Come on out of the building. Come on out of the cycle and be able to see yourself long enough to examine what real life is. You know, real life is meant to be lived. It's not meant to be plastic. It's not meant for you to fake it. Everybody's trying to make it, but they mostly want to fake it. They want you to believe more than they want to believe. You got to believe. It's got to be an inside job. This one guy, Robert Greene, said he was working at this Paris hotel when he was like 20. And one of the guys kept coming to the hotel and sleeping with all the beautiful models. And I was just like, God damn, that's some shit. And I'm just like, wow, dude, what's he doing? So he went and started hanging out with them. And he realized that he was calm. He was confident. He was secure. And that's what girls are looking for. That's what men are looking for. They're looking for their bravery, you know? You're looking for your brain and your heart. And you're looking for a path to walk. And most of the time, we're looking for a distraction instead of doing the walking. We want to do the talking, just like my friend. She just messaged me again, and instead of the show me. There's the show me state. Don't tell me. This is show over tell over here. That's mostly saints. You know, show me that you want me. Do something different that you can prove it to yourself, and then you have the confidence. It's not going to be something where somebody's going to give it to you, or you're going to watch it on a TV channel, or you're going to get inspiration off the couch. That's where you go lazy. They say comfort zones is where dreams go to die. And then all of a sudden, we're going like, oh man, now I need my phone to give me that dopamine. I ain't got no friends. I didn't go outside to go meet up with them. I kept my routine, and I'm like, that can't be life. You know, I was telling my friend on the bench while we were in Helsinki in the middle of Esplanade Street, and I'm just like, that can't be life. I'm like, that's not my system. He's like, yeah, Finland's doing bad, and I don't have any construction. I'm like, man, how are you going to do it with your bad hip? How long are you going to do it? He's going to go to a trade school and get money. And I said, money is slavery. I almost remembered my slavery shirt earlier. It's slavery. It's modern day slavery, that all we do is we sign up and we get inside of our heads and we dread. We count all the things that are going wrong instead of things that can go right. We program ourselves every day. Instead of in the light, we stay in the darkness. I thought about the other day, we went walking the streets and we wanted to go to the restaurant, and it was closed, but it was going to open in an hour. So I said, you know what? Let me do something. Let's go play some chess. We went to this bar, but we go into the bar, the whole vibe changed. It was all dark in there. There was no sunshine. They're playing the rock. We were the only ones in the bar playing chess, and I was just like, this vibe is a down vibe. Instead of walking around and feeling alive, the vibe in the bar was just like dead. Even the bartender was just dead, and the whole energy in there was dead. And that's what I was like, that's like us inside. If you're dying inside, if you're not living your life, if you're not telling yourself the positive things and enjoying, that's what life is the enjoyment of the passing of time, that you're even alive to enjoy the sunshine. Come on, man. Come on now. We got to start looking at our lives and start counting our blessings. And the first thing I do in the morning is not only for gratitude, but it's just like, man, I'm not waking up in a hospital bed. I'm not on a park bench. You know, I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am wise. I am affirmations all day. And just be like, this is a blessed life to just walk around Helsinki on a Saturday, hanging out with my friend, being able to travel the world and see him again. Be able to create businesses and believe in it. To have 3 salesmen all of a sudden and grow something. Make a team, make a dream, make your own reality. And it comes from the inside, man. It's an inside job. It's the way you talk to yourself. It's not the clothes that you wear. You know, it's the man that wears the clothes. And a lot of us would be like, I want you to see what kind of clothes I have. We saw a really cool car out there right outside the Louis Vuitton, a McLaren. And it was just like, you're expressing it. But do we really, as men, buy cars for ourselves, or are we trying to buy them to impress women? You know what I'm saying? And that's all of us, dude. That's all of us signaling constantly. Are we in sex? Are we in lust? Are we in hunger? Are we in desire? Are we wanting something outside of ourselves? And that's usually what it is. It's usually looking for someone else to appreciate us instead of appreciating our lives, or looking for someone to gratify us instead of being grateful. And so it's a constant battle. And I know you know what I mean. This inside battle, I mentioned earlier this week, mind wars, but I want your mind to be free. Free enough to say, I can do anything. I can get up from this couch. I can go for a walk. I can go meet a friend in the city. I can go on an adventure. And that lunch was worth everything to me, because then I spent time. I didn't let time go by. You know, time and tide waits for no man or woman. I want to be surfing the waves. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn to swim. That's what it is. Swimming in your flow, making your life go in the directions that you can see. It's such a feeling. It's not like the other feelings. It's not like hunger, and it's not like desire. It's more like the heartbeat. That boom, 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 boom. That heart beats back and says, "Hey, man, you're alive right now." You know what I mean? And I was always looking forward, right? And at 45, I'm looking at the ending. I'm like, man, this thing's gonna run out. One day, my heart's not gonna be. And I gotta be damned if I don't get all these ideas out of me, all these designs, these thoughts, these models, these situations. It's all there for me. It's waiting for me to develop it, and I've got to be the one that goes into it. I got to go inside myself and go, this was inside me. It scared me, saying travel the world with no money. I still did it anyway. Build a brand even though you got no money. Still do it anyway. Scare my life a little bit. Make sure that it's alive. You know what I mean? Hey, you in there? Tap yourself. Tap yourself. Are you in there? Are you telling yourself what to do? Or is it just always the routine and the wants and the desires, and that's what gets the lead? I'm just telling you. Life is a blessing, not a stressing. And I wish my father would have taught me this. I wish my mother would have taught me this. I wish they would have exhibited this behavior and modeled it for me. But people never taught me what to do with my energy. They just thought it was just strength and raw and muscle and just anger. And most of it was. When I was watching the George Foreman, he was just an angry dude. It was like, where'd that anger come from? When he was a kid, he was fighting everybody and fighting against people being embarrassed. So then after he got embarrassed with Muhammad Ali, you know what he did? He went and fought 5 dudes just to prove it to him. And what was he doing? He wasn't even focusing. He was worried about Muhammad Ali calling the fight on the outside of the ring. Get in here. What, are you scared? And he was just all in his head trying to impress someone else and started impressing himself. Impress himself upon the fact that he doesn't need his anger anymore, that he doesn't need outside sources, that he doesn't need to prove it to Muhammad Ali. He needs to prove it to himself. And that's the thing. We want other people to believe that we're strong. We want other people to believe that we're happy. We're constantly signaling on social media that we got our shit together, and then the next thing you know, we're falling apart. What was I just watching with that girl where she was like, He hasn't texted me in 5 minutes. She started pouring gasoline on his thing. She was just about to light it. And then he texted her, hey, sorry, I was in a meeting. What are you doing? And she was like, she was crying and about to burn his shit. And then she was like, oh my God, he's so cute. Her mood switched so quick. It went from completely psychotic, I'm going to burn your shit, to, oh my God, he's so cute. He loves me. We are that quick to switch our emotions, and our feelings from outside sources, that now you're chasing it. You're chasing your tail. You're chasing a validation. You're chasing somebody else appreciating you instead of you appreciating your life. It's such an interesting thing, but it's like with the inner focus, right? Now you're telling your life what to program. Now you're telling your mind what to say to your body, and then your soul will repeat it. It's mind, body, and soul all day, but all of us, we want our body to look good. We want someone to think that our soul is good. We want a virtual signal to people that I'm all good. Everything about my brand is perfectly perfect. No, over here at Saints Addiction, I'm perfectly imperfect. The shirts do fall apart, but guess what? I can make another one. And models will quit. Guess what? I'll find another one. And maybe it's rainy that day. Guess what? I'll still go into Helsinki and go see my friend. I don't give a shit. Regardless, I'm still gonna shine. And I watched a girl go out onto the thing. I thought it was so funny. She was literally in a storm, in a bikini, looking cute, right? While the wind was going by. It was like pure hurricane shit. But she's like, nothing can stop my shine. And that's what I screamed at that girl that morning. You can't stop my shine! You can't stop my shine. I'm not gonna let it happen. You're not going to make it happen. I'm going to be the one that desires this. I'm unbeatable. Like the guy says, you can't beat me. I already beat me enough. You know what I mean? He said, I'm unbeatable. I'm unbreakable. There's no way you can beat me. I can only allow you to beat me. That's it. But you can't make this mind stop. Not in prison, not in South Korean prison, not in bad situations, and not when the heat comes around the corner. Fuck, man, 30 seconds or less, you switched up your mind just like that girl. She went from burning as shit to smiling and everything's cute and fine. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, instead of flip-flopping and elevating and dropping, and switching manic to depression and to pure. We've seen people that were like on a really high when they're drunk and really low and they don't even talk. We've seen people that'll say the words to you and then it goes into a maybe later. We've seen all sorts of things where people maybe they'll show up, maybe they'll keep their word. They're showing you now that they're not impeccable with their word. They're not impeccable with themselves. So when they're not even doing it for themselves, how you think they're going to exhibit it for you? That's what we want to see. When we see fat people, we see people out of self-control. We can't see the sex addicts. We can't see the gambling addicts. We can't even sometimes see the drugs. Well, the drugs we usually can see on people. But, that internal dialogue, odds are they're not winning that war. And I had that conversation. A skinhead sat right next to me yesterday while I was coming back from Helsinki, and he was wasted. And so he interacted with me. Nice bag. And I'm like, I sell them. And he was just like, I haven't seen you before. I'm like, that's because I haven't seen you before. You're a complete stranger. And you're like, I haven't seen you before. And he's like, you're right. And he was just like, what's it all about, man? And I'm like, this is Saints Addiction, man. That shit got old for me. He was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, it just didn't make me happy. He's like, man, I'm gonna go home, snort a couple lines. I think he was on methamphetamines. I'm not quite sure. He was pretty wasted. And I was just like, yeah, all that got old for me. I said, how old are you? He said, 41. I said, I'm 45. And I said, just stop working for me. It was always a demerit. Like the girl I shared with my friend this morning. She said, the thing in my 40s is that, no, I can't drink like I'm in my 20s, but I keep doing it anyway. And there goes the next 3 days. That's what I'm talking about. You cashed in 3 days for 4 hours, 6 hours maximum. There's 24 hours in the day. And then there's another 72 hours that you're about to waste for 4 hours of fun. That just doesn't work. And the guy's like, how'd you quit drinking? I'm like, the math ain't mathin', homie. They're like, look at the math. If it's going to hurt you the next day, or you're going to have the shakes, or you can't even function without a drink, or any kind of interruption makes you want to smoke, or the next feeling, shit, it could be watching somebody smoke on TV. It'd be like, well, I need a cigarette too. And there I was smoking my spliff, and my friend's like, I think I'm going to get a pack of smokes. And I was like, please don't pick up my addiction because of me. I literally put the tobacco with the weed because the weed's so expensive. 15 euros a gram, $20 a gram. Shit, I can get a whole eighth. I can get sometimes a fucking quarter ounce for that. You know what I mean? Not quarter ounce, but yeah, quarter ounce, not a full ounce. But like I'm spending money on my habit, and he's doubling down on his habit. Goes to get a pack of cigarettes, and now we're both the tobacco smokers. You know what I mean? And I was just like, obviously he doesn't smoke weed, but that's my point. It's just like, you don't have to join me. You don't have to get jealous of my cigarette. I'm being nasty, smoking in the sunshine. Nobody else was smoking around us. We were outside in the park, but it's time to be healthy in the park. It's not a cigarette time. And then when we walked further, there were people sitting at the benches. Those were the cigarette benches. There was nobody around, and now they're alone. And I thought to myself, that's what they did. They created a cloud around them so nobody can come and touch them. Nobody can get through to them. And that's when it really shocked me. You know what I mean? It really got into my head, and I was just like, wow, I'm forcing people away from me. I saw some Chinese dude smoking next to his wife right outside, nasty Chinese smoking. And it's like, even them, the nicotine works on them. It works on all humans, even if you don't see it in the cultures. Everything outside of us, it's all in the same cultures. Not one person is getting a different emotion than you. Everybody's has the same life experiences. I mean, as far as the wheelhouse of feelings, and not one of us is going to go through life and said, I don't know what smiling's like, or I don't know what crying's like, or I don't know what anger is like, and I don't know what joy is like. No, you're going to get on this roller coaster with the rest of us. There's no doubt about it in my mind. You know what I mean? This is like, this is our lives. But c'est la vie, such is life. What are you going to do about it? That's what I want to know. I want to know, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to do something? You're not going to do nothing. Just like Conor McGregor said, you do nothing. And I want you to do something. I want you to do something with your energy. I want you to do something with your fear, turn it into fuel. I want you to be the type of person that was just like, I'm going to do something with my day. The sun is shining, and I'm going to go outside and enjoy it. I'm going to go right out there into that sunshine, sit at a bench, and let it soak in. And that'll be my morning motivation. I finally got this whole place to myself. The roommate's gone. The day is finally shining. You see the baby blue skies. It's been like that for a minute, bro. It's been that way for a minute, bro. Like, just rainy and not nice. And I'm just like, you know what? Let's flip the script, bro. Let's make our lives a reality. Let's live in our minds and talk about all the times that didn't go working out, and start talking about what we have. It's not what you do with what you have. It's not what you got. It's what you do with what you have. And most of us just don't want to do that. We want to just let the cycle take over, let the emotions run us, and instead of telling our emotions what to do and do push-ups or pull ourselves up, we're just going to let it go run shop and make us feel the same way we did the day before, and keep that cycle repeating itself. And instead of leaving the cycle and going in a different adventure, going in a different direction, we hold those patterns true, and we know they're self-evident, and that's what makes it a trip. Like, instead of taking the trip, we trip ourselves out. Instead of going outward and doing something about it, we'll stay inside and let it beat ourselves up. And then we know who's winning the war. Then we know what we're stacking against. Are we on the seesaw of hope, or are we just putting ourselves down? It's really up to you. You can do the 4 hours, but I'm going to take the 3 days tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. I'm taking them all from you, because you knew when you swallowed that alcohol that you were going to be hungover, but you also know that the Reaper's coming for us all. So I just want to live before I die. I'm just saying, I want to enjoy this life. I don't want to be a money slave. I don't want to be told what to do. I'm a free bird right here in Finland, and that's what they say you are. This is the man of rights. I think that's what they call it, man of rights, because the men have the right to go into the forest and camp and hunt and all these things. We have a right to the lands. We have a right to breed. No one gets to tell me about property or taxes or rules. No, this is free land. This is a land of the free, like we say in America, home of the brave. Well, instead of us being free in America, we started charging fees. And I call it land of the fees, because it's just like, this isn't about freedom. If I have to have a license to drive, I know how to drive. I already learned the behavior. More than anything, you should just give me my certificate that I can prove it, do my eye test, instead of trying to control me, and then I got to have a piece of plastic on me and then you can judge me or throw me in jail or give me more paperwork. Nah, man, I just go driving. And until I get into an accident, what are you worried about? You're worried about control. Got you. You're worried about my identification. You know what I mean? You're trying to stop me from smiling. You can't stop my shine. And that's this morning's marijuana motivation. Every morning, your boy Marky Saint. These videos are blowing up. Thanks to Video in a Sec. It's popping. My whole LinkedIn, my Facebook, my Instagram. Go ahead, go over to Saints Addiction. Go ahead, give it a like, share, subscribe. And as always, peace and love. And Chigaton. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. But that's the other side of your fear. That's the other side of your excuses. And that's the other side of the world, because that's where I am. Peace. I'll see you on the other side. I have the power.